What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So Kim Zolciak calls police on her husband, Kroy Bierman, after he allegedly locks her out of their Georgia mansion one day after he files for divorce. So, as you guys know, I made a video about Kroy, refiling again for divorce from Kim a second time. So basically what happened was they got into an argument again, and Kim pretty much dared him to file for divorce, and he took her up on her dare. So it says the all too common dust up erupted just one day after Bierman slapped Zolciak with divorce papers seeking full custody of their four children, child support, and exclusive rights to live in their toxic mini mansion they share in Milton, Georgia. Radar Online is so shady, not the toxic toxic mini mansion. Sorry. And it says, and in a symbolic gesture, Bierman cruelly left a pillow outside the front door for his estranged wife. Kroy is petty boots, okay? Not a pillow outside on the porch. I'm so sorry. I'm too through with them. Now you guys know I'm gonna bring you the update, but this is a mess. Police documents exclusively obtained by radaronline.com show a desperate Zolciak called the police at about 11:50 p.m. on Friday, August 25th, to report a quote-unquote domestic disturbance. So the caller's statement is her husband locked her out while she was arguing with her husband, according to the police report. Quote, no one in danger, but caller reports that her husband has threatened her. So that's not funny, right? Any kind of threat, verbal abuse is just not okay. Under any circumstances, Kroy, you know better than that. It says the last argument may have erupted over a process server officially delivered the divorce documents to 45-year-old reality star on Friday, August 25th at 7 p.m. Zolciak has yet to file a response in Fulton County Divorce Court. So it says, as previously reported, Bierman filed for divorce for a second time only weeks after dismissing his first filing. And this came after the two had a series of blowout fights over money. Sources claim that the two blame each other for being in deep debt, including the $1.1 million owed to the IRS and back taxes. What's more, the financially strapped duo, they are so shady, has been slapped with multiple lawsuits in the past couple of months over unpaid bills. The documents also show that Zolciak was frantically chatting with the police dispatcher as she attempted to enter her home. She had a locksmith come out and drill into the door to get her in, the police report stated. Her husband has put a pillow outside the door and won't let her in the house. So sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh, Kroy. Oh yeah, they need to go ahead and just separate. Police dispatch records show that the officer left the scene about an hour later at 1 a.m. the next day. The home was the site of many fights that involved police. Just a side note here, right, before I keep reading. They need to split. I understand that they can't necessarily afford to, but somebody, you know, in my opinion, it would be best, especially in the interest of the kids, because they have four small children, all under the age of 12, I believe. It would be best if one of them, just got like a small studio apartment, or even if they have a guest house on the property, they could maybe stay there. I don't know. I'm guessing about the guest house. Probably not, since they called it a toxic mini mansion. And I'm really trying to get through this story without laughing, but I have never in my whole life heard of somebody putting a pillow outside, and they keep going back and forth. And I know that the police has got to be sick of them, because You can tell that both of these people are emotionally stunted, because the police are not your own, personal bodyguards or personal concierge, right? Or personal even therapists, right? That you constantly call going back and forth. They're wasting taxpayers' money. They're wasting the police time. They're wasting the courts' time and money. Just, constantly going back and forth. I feel like Kroy is correct in the fact that him and Kim definitely need to split up. However, him trying to take her to court for child support, she, who I was gonna say, she ain't got it. Like Tasha K says, she ain't got it. Kim really does not have it, because the people who are going to get their money first, before the American Express, before the casino in the Bahamas, before any of those lawsuits, the IRS, okay, the Internal Revenue Service, they don't play. They're going to get their money, okay. Whether you and that house should have been sold, by the way, but they will take that house. They will take your cars, Kroy. They will get their coins, okay, by hook or by crook. All right. So that's who they should be trying to pay off first. But I'll continue reading. So it says exclusive body cam footage of Zolciak and Bierman talking to the police about their dysfunctional relationship is marred by constant bickering and petty gamemanship. During one interview, Zolciak alleged that her ex could have brain-altering CTE from his days playing football, while Bierman railed against his reality star wife, alleged online gambling addiction that has wiped out their life savings. Yeah, that was sad. When Kroy showed those receipts, and I made a video about that, but he said that she gambled about $1 million. Okay, so it says for now, the two remain living under the same roof. That's a huge mistake, in my opinion. The police report indicates that the children were sleeping at the time during the domestic fireworks. So kids know that when their parents are fighting, I mean, they might have pretended to be asleep, of course, or they might have even been asleep, right? But I'm sure that that is not a healthy environment for small children. So that's who, my heart really breaks for in this whole situation, right? Is not Kim and Kroy being petty back and forth, but for their small kids. I'm wondering if they have, maybe like some extended family. I know Kroy's family was definitely against this marriage from the start. And in hindsight, it's always 2020, but perhaps they can go stay with their grandma or someone for a while, because if Kim and Kroy, they can't get it together, and they keep calling the police, and he's putting pillows on the porch and she's calling the blacksmith to change the locks and stuff. I mean, that's a mess. I feel like hopefully one of them can be the bigger person and, you know, be an adult, step up and say, look, we need to focus on paying back these debts, starting with the IRS, so y'all don't end up in prison. Like, you know, having credit card debt and all that stuff, that's problematic, yes. However, the IRS, they will put your butt in jail over their money. Okay. And if you don't believe me, ask Wesley Snipes. There's so many Fat Joe, I mean, there's so many celebrities that learn the hard way that the IRS is the biggest, baddest, you know what I mean, that you don't want to cross. Like, period. Like, those are the people that y'all need to pay first. And they owe them over $1 million. I think it's like 1.1 million, if I'm not mistaken. They need to get jobs. I feel like if they put all their energy into working to pay off these debts, heavy on the working, like Kroy could go coach, or, I don't know. They're going to have to do something, because they need to pay back these debts. Because if they don't, they're not going to have to worry about pillows and petty arguments. They're going to have to worry about prison. But you guys, drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I will talk to you later. Take care, aces. Bye.